Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing today? Let's get my mic a bit closer to my face. Hope you're doing good. Hey, Lars. How you doing? Tenebree. How are you? How y'all doing today? And yes, we only just released an update. Give us a moment. We have to work for the next one. Unfortunately, we don't have a magic machine that prints out game updates, but we're doing our best.
It would be nice, though.
It would be nice. So, speaking of it would be nice, who's this dude sat next to me? Everyone is wondering.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Pontus.
Hello, Pontus.
Hello, Graham. I'm the new community manager with Avalanche.
Yes.
Yes.
One of, let's pull this out here. Your arm's getting cut off there. There we go. Wider Pontus. Nice. So yeah, Pontus is joining the community team here. And you'll be, yes, alongside myself, Andrew Kiwi, working with Generation Zero and the Hunter Call the Wild. And yeah, it's going to be great. So you just started recently, didn't you? And been working
this will be
behind the
my
scenes.
4th week, actually. And, well, it's going real well.
It is.
Yes.
And now you've peeked out from behind the curtain. And we're putting you to the test with some Generation Zero.
Yeah.
We need to work on our green screen. We've got a weird green halo going on here. Your hair's looking a bit punk. You got some green glow coming off the back of it. I'll have to fix that up for the next stream. So, what's your past experiences, Pontus? Airplanes.
Yeah, aircraft. Yeah, I came from quite a few years with Scandinavian Airlines. And, well, now it's time to work with my other passion, which is video games. Yes.
Yes, you've been a bit of a PUBG player, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I played a lot of games, well, since childhood, I'd say. But for now, it's mostly PUBG, when I got the time.
When you got the time. When you're not playing Generation Zero and Call of the Wild at the
Exactly.
moment. Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, you'll be seeing a lot more of Pontus as time goes on. This will obviously still getting you up to speed a bit here with some things. Oh, my God, you guys have a moustache. I'm trying my best to grow some facial hair. It's a slow process.
Looks good, though.
I wouldn't say that. It might you get closer and you start to see the gaps. So yeah, you're actually playing on my account right now, so that we don't have to show people the first missions for the gazillionth time. Although we are still on the starting island, but we're coming up towards the end of. So yeah, we'll see. Feel free to pop open the log and see which missions are on.
Hey, what kind of strange settings do you have?
It should be.
So you binded flashlight to F and not B?
What? What? B? Why
Yeah.
don't you got? Why would you put it on B for?
Because you have your thumb there,
No, I don't.
for quick access.
I mean, if you have teeny tiny hands. Teeny tiny hands.
yeah, baby hands.
Already smack talking my key bindings. Default is best. That way you can just pick up and play anywhere. So, hello Shadowfall Matt, how are you doing today? Quizot saying, must say Generation Zero multiplayer is very fun. Played with a mixed team from age 25 to 54, women and men. Yeah, you know, there's something in it for everyone with Generation Zero. What are you feeling with now?
I'm just gonna check the settings, man, alright.
They're default. It's you that messes with stuff. Default is best. Ross apparently dislikes bicycles. Rather than saying bicycles are a joke, give us something to work with, Ross. We'd love to improve things for you, but blanket statements like that don't help us and don't help you. Give us feedback what you'd like to be different with bicycles, and then we can have something to work from. Cheers. Love this game, says Matthew on Facebook. Good to hear. Only 4 weeks in and already smack talking the bindings. You can tell Pontus would be a good fit here. Yet to be seen.
Yeah, well, if you're pro, right?
Mm-hmm. Killer Kid is currently trapped in a house with 2 tanks outside. Ouch! Pop open multiplayer session, get some help. Hey, Tasos in Greece, how are you doing? So yeah, I mean, understandably, we're just recently off the back of the August update, which introduced the new stash to the game. Up until this, the past few months has very much been working on bug fixing. Obviously, August update also contained a massive amount of bug fixes. So, the more bug fixes we do, the better we are for potentially looking at future content. So more content is definitely on the list of stuff that we want to do. More stuff, more things to do. But of course, before we do that, we had to work on fixing bugs and making sure what's there worked well and as it should do. So, yes. Out of curiosity, are you the community manager for the Hunter Call of the Wild community as well? I do work with the Call of the Wild community as well. Chap named Tree Kiwi, you might know him. He's kind of does most of the Call of the Wild stuff, but he's been away on parental leave recently, so I've been taking it over again. I did originally do it as well, way back before Tree Kiwi joined. So, yes, I do. I've been around a bit as far as that's concerned. Why does our green screen look so squiffy today? Can I play with this filter live and see? That looks a bit better. There we go. That's better. For some reason our green screen was being a bit odd. Oop. Just fiddling around with this. And there we go. I'm not getting any game sounds, Pontus.
No, neither am I actually. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Nice.
We had the mixing
Great
desk.
sounds in this
Mixing
game.
desk thing had been knocked. Please tell us you bring an arena into the game eventually. Who knows, Connor? There's all kinds of things we can be doing. We have plans, and we've been listening to the things that you want to see as well. I mean, obviously, the things that have been added so far, bikes and storage, were the two biggest community requests we've had. So we're very much interested in adding what you folks want to see. There might be individuals who decide this isn't the thing that I want, but as far as the community as a whole is concerned, very much it's the things that you want to see that we want to put in the game, where it makes sense. There won't be any pink flying unicorns, regardless of how much you want them. Right, that might be a bit too loud now.
Yeah, so someone would like to know what I think about Generation Zero. Well, first of all, it's beautiful. The lightning is amazing.
The lightning.
It's really good. Nice sounds. What's bad with it is, it's hard.
It's hard.
It's
You
hard.
get good.
I usually just want to rush and kind of
That's the problem.
spray and pray, but
yeah,
won't
you cannot
work.
do that with Generation Zero.
And
It's
I'm also,
not Doom.
kind of used to play on veteran, but yeah, this is a hard game. You need to think before you act.
Yes.
Not necessarily a bad thing, but if you're a bit impatient like I am, it might be, a bit troublesome sometimes.
Yes.
I'm playing on your account though, so it doesn't matter if I get killed or not.
I opened a box and logged off. Signed in the next day and the box still hadn't refreshed. Can you update the refresh rate for boxes, please? That's not how it works, Rafzakiel. So you can't just log off and then loot again when you log back in. Obviously that's open for people exploiting it. It is in-game time that is tracked. So it's around about 4 hours-ish. I'm not sure if we tweaked it since then, but the idea is you should be looking at further, you should be moving around the map for your looting, not just farming the same spot repeatedly. So it doesn't quite work like that if that was how you're expecting it to. Well, food and drink come this update. I just saw that as an option in the survey. So the survey is not an indicator of things that we're definitely 100% going to put in the game. It's more, it was a way of us just getting thoughts and feedback. Think of it as brainstorming in some respects. Fill my storage box would like more storage, please. Well, Hoarder cited. Yeah, I mean, of course, we're keeping an eye on it. Storage has only just been introduced, so it's really great to see your feedback and see what you folks think about it, whether there's you need more space or whether you want it to function a little bit differently. Don't forget Xbox 2. All platforms are receiving just the same amount of attention. Of course, they're all equally important to us. Get some vehicles that you can attach guns and stuff to. It would be fun. It doesn't necessarily fit this early in. I mean, obviously the story is you are a random teenager that's appeared and everything's ruined. You're not a mechanic. But who knows? As the game progresses, maybe a future content that might be a fun thing to do.
Yeah, I'd love to see the bike with like a minigun attack. To take on one of the tanks.
Be cool if the difficulty scaled the amount of players. Yeah, that would be a good idea. And, you know, obviously not something we hadn't entirely thought about. Oh.
Oh yeah, this is you're gonna see a lot of this. I promise.
Yeah, that's fine. We got plenty of adrenaline shots.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
Sorted storage would be nice. Yes, good feedback. Any plans to do some Twitch Prime promotional stuff? Not that we can talk about right now. Of course, we're always open to all kinds of fun ideas. And we're live on Twitch right now, so we do like Twitch. We're actually off to TwitchCon next month as well, so who knows? We'll see what happens there. Nice. Oh! I think
not even close.
One more. Getting brave here with your 9 hit points. There we go. I think your health kit's on 5. Yeah. Mountain bike come to near future. Yeah, different types of bikes would be neat. I mean, obviously, you're seeing we added bikes a couple of updates ago, and that's the first rendition of bikes. There's no reason why we can't revisit them and add more variety or different behaviors. Maybe a mountain bike to better go off-road, or a BMX you can jump with. I don't know. All kinds of fun stuff we could do with that. Of course, at the moment you have a basic road bike which isn't intended to be amazing at climbing up mountains or anything like that, so... Had a problem when I started the game again. All my active quests have auto-completed. So, in our last update, we did a load of fixes to side quests. Update previous to that, we did a load of updates to the main quests. As a result of these updates, we did reset the quests that were in progress so that it would fix them for the future. That's a one-time thing. It shouldn't have to happen again. So if you haven't played in a long time, then you will find that they've been reset and you have to go back and grab them again. So it does sound like you probably haven't played in a while, but once you got them, you'll have them now. And, you know, we've done massive fixes across the board to all of these different types of missions, which is kind of the reason why we had to do those resets. Ooh, we got a hunter. This one should be a fairly easy one. Shoot the car.
Oh,
Car bomb.
Out of ammo.
I think you might have some ammo. Check your bags. You're 2, 4, 3. There you go.
There we go.
Not finding adrenaline, Kathleen is saying. I'm playing on the same update as you folks last week. I was picking up a plenty, but if you're not seeing it, that's definitely a good feedback and something we can check into. Any plans for hunters on bikes? No immediate plans there. Saw a concept art of Generation Zero as a guy running over runners with a dirt bike. Will there be a dirt bike? See, the key word in that sentence was concept. I mean, that was obviously early thoughts about what Generation Zero could be. At this time, we haven't got a dirt bike, but we could do that in the future, perhaps. I mean, I know up until now we didn't really want to just throw in these high-speed vehicles that would allow you just to drive past half the world. But who knows, as folks get more familiar with the world, you're used to it, you've explored it, perhaps a way of getting around speedier could be a good idea. I think this hunter needs some attention. He always misbehaves on this bridge, actually. I think he's... Oh no, he's still alive. When you start a new character, all the missions should restart, but that's not the case. Why did you guys not make it that way? We're being asked on YouTube. So the intention was that it was our way of you trying out different specs, basically. So rather than sort of resetting your existing character, the thought was that you could just have multiple characters and sort of pick and start on a different one depending on what you want to play each time. and that way you can experience the world with multiple different builds without having to respec things and that kind of stuff. Of course, we're taking feedback on board about that because it's not the way people are used to playing in other games, and you know, people like to play with things they recognize, let's say. So it's definitely something we're getting feedback about. We'll see if we look at different versions or not. Whoa, it's Graham's brother. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
No, I'm much more handsome than you.
Also need passenger seats. We want like a BMX with the axle pegs on the back so your buddy can stand on the back.
That would be cool. Maybe a baby seat for the regular bicycle.
Goodbye, Mixumo. Thank you for coming by. You're gone. Stay nice or get blocked, people. Thankfully, most people are nice. So yeah, Kathleen, comments taken on board about the adrenaline. That's something we can look into. Is there any Easter eggs? Go out there and explore, Ryan. There are certainly things to find, yes.
Oh, I hate the ticks.
Would love to mod the game to more hardcore, forcing to play without warning icons and player tags. Queslot, you can actually turn the warning HUD off. If you have a look right now, we actually turned off the machine location kind of stealth overlay thing. That is an option. But player tags, there could be a option we could add to good feedback.
Alright, let's see.
So you want to force other people to play it a different way. I mean, as a game developers, that doesn't make sense that we want people to force. And you know, we look at kind of experience per player, like what you would enjoy would make more sense than you being able to force other people to play how you would enjoy. I don't know. Maybe if it's a competitive game, it would make sense that everyone's on the same even playing field. But you know, if I want to play one way and my friend wants to play another, why should that not be the case, I think?
Well, it's open world. You can play however you want, right?
Yeah. Where are we reading questions from? We're reading questions from Mixer, reading questions from Twitch, from Facebook and YouTube. And I see that Mixumo is still chatting away. I don't actually see the messages because he's blocked, but no need to talk to him, folks. He's clearly not very pleasant. Is there ragdoll for the ticks? No, they kind of just explode mostly. Oh, you got the old gas mask on.
Yeah.
Into the gas. What's coming next? So you'll start to hear about that in the next couple of weeks. You know how it works by now, I guess. We do one update a month. Generally, we start to tell what's going to be in that update about halfway through the month. So. You're a casual gamer with occasional competitive drives. Yeah, I mean, some competitive element could be fun. I mean, maybe like wagers you could set between friends. First people to destroy 4 hunters, or I don't know. Never finding legendary items, please buff legendary loot drop. I mean, they're meant to be difficult to find, but of course, feedback taken on board. I mean, how's everyone else feel? Do they feel that the gold items are too rare, too common? Does the game support 4K at 60 FPS? If you have the equipment for it, then yes, there's no reason why you couldn't play like that, as long as you have a powerful enough PC. Golds are too common, Canada Egg Rolls is saying. Okay. Did you tune the AG5? It feels extremely weak. We haven't had any changes to it recently, but if you feel that it needs a little bit of attention, that's something we can definitely bear in mind. Got ambushed by these things near the church.
Yeah, what might that have been?
Angry nuns. Hey, Demand78. Welcome, welcome.
That would be a nice DLC though. The Angry Nun.
What is the resolution for base PS4? I can't remember off the top of my head. Obviously, we talked about it a lot on launch when people were first hearing about the game, but I haven't had to tell people that for a long time. I think you should see the details about that on the store somewhere. Otherwise, I'll try and get an answer for you for next stream. Apologies for not knowing that immediately. Wow, gas eats your health on Xbox, so PC players have it easier. No, it's the same on all platforms. Pontus was wearing a gas mask. He has 8 health left, though, so you might want to heal. He has the gas mask on. I don't know if we have the gas-resistant talents active, potentially, as well. Please answer me, is it true the Fashionista trophy's been fixed? So some fixes went out in this recent update for Fashionista, so that people who are attempting it for the first time should be able to clear it. The thing that's taking a little bit more time is resolving it for fixing it for people retroactively. So hopefully this month's update, September's update, hopefully we can make some improvements to folks who are currently working on it, let's say. I've forgotten how to speak today. Is there a saw type rifle now? No, there's been no new weapons added since launch, but of course new weaponry would make sense for something for us to investigate. Can you please add a double barrel shotgun? Well, we obviously have a pump action right now. Double barrel shotgun would make sense. And we have 2 shotguns. We have the Sjögren, which is the semi-auto, and then we have the pump action. A double barrel would make sense. I don't know how common they are or were in Sweden for hunting. I know they're very common in the UK. Most of the weaponry you'll see here in the game right now is weaponry that you could have found in 1980s Sweden, be it military or civilian. Of course, you're not as likely to find them in the same places. You're not going to find, random pistols in people's houses. But of course, it's a game. But everything that's represented should be something that is sort of somewhat time accurate. I'm actually playing it now. I was listening to you guys, and I came across the DeLorean. I love it. Well, we won't say any more about that. Love a soundtrack. Who made it? We worked with an external studio to make the soundtrack. They did an excellent job. We've had really good feedback about that. I'm glad you like it. Xbox takes damage from gas all the time, even if you have the skill or gas mask. Yes, you will still take damage. It's just lower than it would be without it. You are still certainly meant to take damage. That is intended.
It's not a hazmat suit,
You can
right?
take the gas mask off now. That is true.
Yeah, I kinda like it.
Yeah, one just likes it.
Gives a bit of an edge.
How do you save the game before closing it? The game saves pretty much any time you do anything. If you open up a loot box, if you fast travel somewhere, if you progress in a mission step. So it will save itself repeatedly. But if you really want to be sure that it's saved, fast travel somewhere is the best way. I heard the Swedish used RC cars with C4 attached to them to blow people up. I can't say whether that is true or not. I'm sorry to say.
It doesn't sound that Swedish though.
No, I don't know. Light machine gun would be good. Didn't the Swedish military adopt an MG42 variant? Yes, Swedish military did use machine guns.
Yeah,
so
we used it a lot when I did military service.
Yep, Pontus used to actually do military service here in Sweden.
Yeah.
So you've been playing with a lot of these toys here?
Well, not really.
No.
You do have the AK5, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
Or
that I played with a
RGFM,
lot.
as
And
we call it.
the pistol 88
Mm.
was kind of fun to shoot with.
Yes. When we see new machines, will we do that at all? So things like new machines, new weaponry, new areas to explore, this kind of game, I mean, it's going to make sense that at some point you might see these things appearing. It's kind of the bread and butter mechanics of the game, these type of things. So no comments on when, but of course the likelihood is very high. That would make sense that those are the kind of directions we'd want to explore in. I was in Sweden for holidays 2 weeks ago, and I was always ready to be attacked by machines. Your weather engine's very accurate. The rain looked exactly alike. I just wish there was more of the rain right now. It's been so warm in Stockholm recently. You know, I'm a Brit. I like my rain. Kanjo Girl's asking about clothing stats. Yes, there is a point wearing the different clothing. We have looked into the possibility of maybe we can make it clearer, perhaps adjusting how the information presented to you. So it's definitely something that we have half an eye on. Don't worry about that. Hi, mate. Thank you for a great game. Crashburn is saying on Mixer. Well, thank you, Crashburn. I'm glad you appreciate it. And, of course, we're continuing to improve it more and more as time goes on. You're British too? No one likes it. I love the rain. It's so cozy. And I get to sit inside and play games without my wife trying to make me go out and do stuff. Only problem with the rain is I do have to wash my dog when we take him out. But, you know.
That's life, right?
Mm-hmm. Adulthood. Not when you live in Blackpool. Okay, yeah. That's more of a good weather type of town, I guess. Game is so good. Can't wait to see what's next. Lots of stuff. I mean, again, these past few months, we've been very much focused on bug fixing. We wanted to make sure that what's in the game now is at a good state before we talk about adding new stuff. But now we're, you know, really done a lot of improvements, and we're kind of definitely getting a solid foundation where we can start adding more content to it. So do keep an eye on what we're up to over the next few months, because should be some exciting things appearing. So. Add it so the droids limp and turn slow if we shoot the knees. That would be great, actually. Agreed there. Definitely make it easier to get those gooey bits at the back of the hunter as well, if you can slow them down by damaging their legs more. We had Kraftwerk visiting Liseberg the other week, even playing We Are the Robots. That would have been a perfect time for a robot invasion to occur. Wouldn't it be great with the prone function? So we did actually have prone in the game. Those of you who played the beta way back last October would have remembered that. It's not to say that it might not reappear in the future. We'll see. We took it out mainly because we couldn't really get it into a state where we felt that it was doing it justice. So we've kind of put a pin in that. It could well reappear. We'll see. Surprise spawning ticks offset. They seem to spawn outside the houses nowadays. That's some feedback that we've been getting, actually, and we have been investigating a fix for that. I was talking about it just earlier today. That is something we're looking at. They've also been appearing in walls and stuff, so we're on that. Oh! That sound is scary, because you know you're about to get jumped on your face. Love how the British say things. Beta. Well, that's how you say it. There's no A in it. It's not beta. Love to see the hunters using ticks like roller skates. We had that discussion last week.
Oh, this is gonna end bad.
You guys are going to add more to the game? Yes, Andy. We've been updating every month since release, except for the month of July, where a lot of Sweden goes on vacation. There is another update coming this September. The update just a little over a week ago, we added the new loot boxes to your storage boxes. I'll not say loot boxes, that has bad connotations. New loot storage boxes to your safe houses. So yes, we're very much adding things to the game.
Come on.
Had a few Seekers, Ticks, and Runners spawn in a room I just left. That ritual is something we've tried to look at. You know, the intention is that you should have random spawns occurring, but it shouldn't be immediately on you leaving a room. So that is something we've been looking at. Please add a feature where we can find blueprints to make our own machines to fight back. I mean, of course, there's talents you can use where you can temporarily take control of machines with the hacker perk. You can also use ticks to your advantage, but fully creating your own army, that would be pretty neat. Could you add AK-47 or M16? Just a thought. Hey, James. So primarily what you're seeing in the game right now is weaponry the Swedish army would have been using, or weaponry that could have realistically, potentially have been in use amongst civilians. AK-47, M16, not so common. But who knows? You know, never say never. Just sort of saying really what our thinking was with the weapon you're seeing right now. That's not to say we couldn't do that kind of thing in the future. We'll see. More map and more story. Love explorations. Shotty is saying on Mixer. That type of thing, it makes a lot of sense. You know, again, things like story, new map areas, new machines, new weaponries. That's going to be the bread and butter to this type of game. All those kind of things. On a long enough timeline, I think you can expect to see added, yes. Is there a performance difference between AMD and NVIDIA? Well, it really depends on the cards, Pork Pies. Of course, computer components are a very big discussion. Oh! Nice. Cleared that nasty tick off of the electronics. Yeah, it's very hard to make direct comparisons between NVIDIA and NVIDIA and AMD cards. So it's really just sort of checking out the system specs on Steam. I'd recommend ideally. Used both the AK-4 and the AK-5 with the Swedish military. Don't remember all those robots back then, though. Indeed, you didn't experience them either, did you, I presume, Pontus?
Which ones?
When you were in the Swedish military, I'm presuming you weren't fighting against machines very often.
Oh, I can't really talk about that.
Oh, you can't talk about secret stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotcha. Why can't you go over to the other island? Because there's nothing there. Who knows? Maybe you might be able to explore more in the future. We shall see. Again, new areas to explore would make sense in a game like this, so we'll see what the future holds. A couple items that might be addressed. Radar mask cannot be completed due to collect the weapon. If trying to change weapons or a load of rocket launch, the game will crash and need to be launched. That's some good feedback. So if you try to change weapons whilst reloading the rocket launcher, you get a crash. Okay, great. Thanks for that feedback, Jeremy. We can get that checked out. Am I invisible to you? Nope. Hello, Marwan. Is this a glimpse into the future where Boston Dynamics machines escape and invade Sweden? Who knows? Who knows? What's the goal of the game? Having fun is the first goal. You can play it how you like, really. Of course, there is a story for you to follow through. But if you just want to get out and explore, you can do. But I do recommend kind of exploring in line with where the story takes you as a good way of playing it. You can, of course, play with friends as well. A lot of people just enjoy getting out there and trying to upgrade their gear. Did you hit it?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, do you see the storm in the background there?
Yeah, my aim lab practice have been paying off.
How is No Shave November already looking at you? Yeah, this is... I thought I'd make an attempt at growing a beard, so I'm going with the just grow it out and then cut back methodology. Anything new added in the past couple of months, you can always check our website. All our updates are posted there. So, June update, we added bikes to the game. July, we took a break for summer vacations. August update, we added storage boxes to all of the safe houses. And, of course, tons and tons and tons of bug fixes, general improvements, additions to the world. If you haven't played it in a while, definitely recommend picking it up and trying it out again. There's been a whole lot of improvements. Never stop about having a drivable train. What do you think about waiters who are clothing are still missing, like showing them grayed out in the clothing list? That's a good idea, actually. Any open beta? Not at this time, no. Can we have ticks latch onto heads of downed military and make human NPC zombies?
Oh, that would be nice.
I've heard something like that before in a game before. Half-Life, anyone? Finished about an hour ago. Cliffhanger. I see, Shotty. Marwan Walid on YouTube, we can see you. I've responded to you twice now, buddy. we do see you. Hello. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh. Ah!
What was that?
He came out of nowhere.
Can we have the Terminator in this game? If you talk to the rights holders, get Arnie to do some voice acting, see if we can make it happen. To sort out bugs seem to be going smoother than Core Wild. Is the Coders team bigger? I'd say they're about similar size, actually. Of course, they're very different games, different things to work on, different mechanics entirely, so you can't really just compare games like that so much. Because this game I can't look at construction equipment in the same way. Whiteout, you're not invisible. I will stop responding to these comments soon, because it does just seem like a notice me please tactic. Be cool if you could rip off a weapon from a machine and use it against it. That would be pretty cool. Maybe as a perk or something. Love to have a BMX bike in the game. Yeah, BMX would be pretty neat. Did you have a BMX growing up? I was a skateboarder.
No, I had a
personally.
mountain bike actually.
Yeah, I had a mountain bike for getting around.
Yeah, I wasn't that cool of a kid, so.
No, I used to skateboard.
Yeah, me too. A lot, actually.
I see someone is a subscriber on the UK Parliament channel. We have Theresa May emojis in effect. They actually have a Twitch channel. Well, it's not
really?
official. Like someone is actually live
Streaming
streaming
them?
the Parliament. Yeah.
Oh, kind of C-SPAN thing going on?
Yep. Are robots weak from the back? We recommend experimenting, but yes, you will find that it, you know, as would make sense, a lot of the armor is on the front, and you might be able to get some more vulnerable areas towards the back. You guys are too young. I'm nearly 40. I don't feel young. With all the work it takes to address the bugs in the game, I'm impressed. Since it's not just a simple switch and bugs usually attached to other vital operations, I say awesome job to all of you. Well, thank you, Richard. And thanks for that insight, because, yeah, it really is not just a matter of, you know, changing a couple of words or flipping a switch to do bug fixing. It is a lot of work and a lot of investigation goes into what you might see as a trivial change. It can actually require a heck of a lot of work behind the scenes. So glad you recognize that, Richard. It's appreciated. Love the Plunderer, but backpacks would be much better to have. Yeah, get some, was it Fjellraven? Is it Konken or Kanken?
Yeah, it's Konken.
Konken, yeah. Fjellraven, if you're watching, let's make it happen.
Yeah. Oh, I love to see that.
You have one. You've got a Fjellraven backpack. You
Yeah,
really
I
work
do.
on these, yeah.
I do. But they could give me a new one any day if they wanted to.
I'll try to get a North Face partnership personally. I like their gear, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either.
I just bought 2 of their backpacks recently, actually. Tick should hide on warehouse shelves like a certain Black Mirror episode. Yeah, that would be quite a fun little nod to. Was it Heavy Metal? I think the episode was. Yeah. Crashed at the login screen. Had this problem for months. What do I do? If you've had it for months, Bulldog, I suspect you probably have a corrupted save file. Either I'd suggest you just back up your save file, copy it elsewhere, and then delete it and delete the original one from its first location, and then see if you can log in after that. If you can log in, that confirms it was a corrupted save file. Alternatively, if it sounds too complex, get in touch with us at support.generation0.com, and we can talk you through how to kind of troubleshoot that. But if it's been like this for months, it should not be. It does sound like you're experiencing an old issue from a few months back, which was a corrupted save. That shouldn't happen anymore. But again, if this has happened for a few months now, then that's probably very likely the issue you have. Try deleting it, doesn't work. I suspect you probably are missing some files somewhere. get in touch with us again, support.generation0.com, and we'll be very happy to talk you through how to fix it. What about destructible environment? The thing is, a destructible environment, although being super cool, does require a heck of a lot of work. And again, we are, a somewhat small team. Destructible environments, you obviously have to create all these art assets for all the different sort of styles of destruction, and you need a massive team to pull that off. And although we would love to, I don't think we're quite there just yet. Reload while sprinting, that would be a pretty sweet perk, actually. I know that I would like to do that. Maybe a more mobile style fighting. Need a Slender Man Easter egg.
Oh, please don't do that.
Scare all the peoples. Oh, speaking of scary. You want confirmation main mission bugs still being identified and looked at? Yes, 100%. We're still working on bugs completely, totally, 100%. Don't worry about that. Of course, we've done a big patch which focused a lot on main mission bugs. It doesn't mean we're not looking at them at all anymore. It just means that that particular update happened to fix a whole lot at the same time. So definitely we're still looking at all types of bugs. Is the game made in your own graphics engine or Unreal or Unity? So we use the Apex engine. It's in-house developed, our own proprietary engine. It's also used on titles like Rage 2 or Just Cause series of games. So it is an in-house developed engine. So it does make modding a lot more difficult than if we'd had an off-the-shelf one like Unreal or Unity or something.
Ah! Oh, god damn it.
It's okay, Pontus.
Yeah, Leroy Jenkins.
You can come back to life.
I would have played like 16 hours. I got like one adrenaline shot, so I'm not used to that. Like, oh god damn, Ritter spawn on the other side of
Yeah, I do kind of have a bit of a backlog of adrenaline shots due to a previous stream where I kind of had to spawn some in for a multiplayer fun event we did. Is there a limit of how much bugs you can fix in one update? Not really. It's not necessarily about the number of bugs, it's the amount of developer hours we have. Obviously, we have a set team size, and that team each works a certain amount of hours per week. And, you might have one bug that could take 40 hours to fix. You might have one bug that takes 20 minutes to fix. So it really depends on the complexity and exactly what's being worked on. There can be something, maybe a core system needs to be changed, and it could take months. So it really does vary entirely. It's not always about the total number. It's more about the kind of systems that everything touches and that kind of thing. Completely stuck after completing a wrench in the works. Can't find any other missions to continue with. Any ideas on Xbox? Nathan, I'm not that knowledgeable to tell you directly which mission comes after what. You could always check on our... we have a good wiki. That might give you some tips. Otherwise, ask us that question on social media, and I can get you an answer there. Is probably best. I can't really do it on the top of my head on stream, I'm sorry to say.
So what do you got in your plundra? Can I check it out?
Yeah, help yourself.
Yeah, not
plunder my plunderer.
Nah, I think we'll leave that.
Yeah, most of the stuff I
don't want to
there
steal your
was
stuff.
No, it's fine. Most of the stuff there was mostly utility things.
You've been grinding for so long, and I come here and just...
Power boxes and cars are not a good hiding place. Didn't we learn that last time, Graham? I think it's a lesson everybody learns playing Generation Zero. Yes. How big is your team? In the region of about 30 people. Thereabouts. Tends to go up and down depending on sort of what we're needing. But we're always expanding where we're needed. The game requires destructible environment. I'd say require was a hard word. I know people throw around the need word a lot as well. I would say it required it, but it would be very cool. Again, it would be a massive, massive undertaking to add that type of thing, but it would certainly be extremely cool. How's the feedback on the plunder storage space? Personally, I like the black hole storage options in games. Most folks are pretty happy with the size. I mean, we still would like you to make some decisions about what you should be taking and what not to take, but then again, of course, it is just the first rendition, so maybe we add an extra 50 slots to it, or maybe an extra 100, or maybe it's totally just fine. We're still sort of collecting feedback on that, so do let us know. Do you activate secret setting your friendly fire while playing in Office? No, we do not. Otherwise, we would not get much work done. Oh, bravery.
I'm not dead yet, though.
Not dead yet. It's the important word. Oh, nice.
Come at me, bro.
Nice. I'm so sorry, but it really needs it. Again, need is a strong word. But yes, it would be very cool. Do I need a tea and a coffee, boy? We have very, very good coffee actually provided by the company and nice teas. But someone to make it for me, that would be good. How does your normal day look like? Lots of meetings. It can vary. It depends on where we are in the month. A lot of it, you know, towards the beginning of the month, often I'll be spending a lot of time reading about the feedback to the previous patch we just released, because of course that would have come at the end of the previous month. So there's lots of reading as a community manager. I'm always reading the Steam Community Hub, our forums, social media, Discord, seeing what you folks are saying about the game. Do a lot of planning ahead to what we want to post to you folks on social media or websites and various places. We also like to plan about what kind of streams we're going to do, planning around future releases, and yes, lots of meetings associated with that. As well as sort of just looking at how we can improve how we do things now as well, like how we improve our actual processes for working as a community manager. We might look at new tools or maybe new platforms we want to be on. So it's a very varied day for us community managers. Very busy. Always something more you can be doing. Will you do what you did to the small island to the larger one, like more micro events and things like that? It would be cool, James. Of course, we recognize that the starter island needed it the most because a lot of people fed back early. Oh, nice, a green site. Thanks, Pontus, for looting that for me.
You're welcome. I'm gonna drop it in the forest.
No! I actually used to do that PUBG, actually. If I knew that I was about to die and gonna get ruined, I'd quickly throw my 8x scope in a bush. If I can't have it, no one will.
Should. Yeah, that's a good tactic, though.
I was in the tower block one time as well. I was like busily stashing all my stuff behind a fridge. It was like trapped by an enemy squad. Add basement to some houses. Basements would be cool. I mean, of course, we have basements in Sweden.
Well, I'm in a huge basement right now.
Yes, you are. Do you have a YouTube account? Yes, we do. If you look for Generation Zero Game on YouTube, you'll find us. We're actually streaming to YouTube right now as well. Any chance new characters will be able to start story new without deleting other characters? Steampunk Pagan is asking on Mixer. That's definitely feedback that we're considering. Again, we speak about this normally every stream. The way that we do new characters is probably different to folks who are used to in other games. Not to say it's worse or better, but different. We could potentially look at that being something you're more familiar with other games, certainly. Yeah, PvP isn't really a focus of ours just now. I mean, of course, it's supposed to be a co-op PvE game. We'll never say never, but it's not really on our sort of focus at the moment. Are you happy with the state of the game right now? Happier. I mean, there's always, no matter what kind of game you're working on, any game on the planet, if you ask a game developer, are you happy with the game right now? There's always going to be something more that they want to do or change or tweak or improve. So I say we're happier, but there's still plenty of things that we want to improve and plenty of things that we should improve and things to add. Yeah, I mean, that's a tricky question. You're never going to get someone saying yes. And if they say yes, they're lying. Are you a PC player or Xbox? We're playing on PC right now, just because it's easier for us to stream from. But of course, in the studio, we always play test on consoles and PC. Development is performed on consoles and PC. So, I feel like I'm the only person in India that plays Generation Zero. Everyone else here is playing PUBG Mobile. Well, you have excellent taste. What can you say, Whiteout? There you go. I haven't completed the game yet, but will there be a new game plus option? It'd be a good idea. Definitely a good idea. I know that some folks have suggested that in the past. More stuff on the map, like schools, police stations, parks, mansions, hotels, to make the world feel more real. That would be cool, Wolfboy. Yeah, more different types of areas to explore. If you can't make destruction environment, at least add more weapons. Again, of course, more weapons would definitely make sense for us to look into in the future. It's definitely more realistic than us kind of retroactively adding destructible environments. What's the goal here, Pontus?
Just looking around.
Just exploring.
Yeah, I'll say I'm a bit lost.
I haven't been paying attention to your mission steps. I've been too busy reading chat, so.
Yeah, we can check that out.
Thanks for the storage at Safe Houses, says George Bannister on Twitch. You're most welcome. Again, that was a highly requested feature from the community, so we're very happy to add that for you all. We've actually got a relay beacon over there you can pop if you wanted to.
Over here, no?
That one, yes.
Let's go do that. There's always some juicy enemies by those.
I'm so sorry, but I'm not trying to annoy you. Not annoying us. Not in the slightest. Of course not. How about a lean function? Yeah, that's been suggested in the past as well. I've cycled near Terby. Realistic. Well done. Thank you. And yeah, Tenebrae Infinite does have some great content if you want tips on destroying tanks or just playing in general. Do feel free to give him a search on YouTube. New Game Plus, for those of you who don't know what that was, it's normally, in a lot of games, it's a way of you basically resetting your progression. Sometimes you'll keep some things like your skills or your gear, but then you'll play through the game again a second time, but it'll be tougher or something like that. Some bases are huge. Any plans for a mini-map whilst inside? We've actually had discussions in the team about how we can make them feel a little less mazy. Maybe... if you're at airports, sometimes they'll color code the walls, for example, so you can sort of see where the exit is, or something like that might be an idea. But yeah, or maybe a smaller local mini-map could be handy. By the way, I'm glad you're listening to feedback and work so close to the community. We would be crazy not to. I mean, you know, our success or failure is going to depend on our relationship with you folks. Because, of course, ultimately, you're the ones who play the game. So, of course, everything that you say to us is extremely valuable. And we really appreciate you for, you know, hanging out with us here and talking to us on the forums, etc. Going on a boat trip, taking the Viking ferry.
I'm on a boat.
Mm. Can we have a naval docks with naval ships? Maybe that would be quite cool to explore on a ship. Well, I wouldn't say that you'd be driving one around anytime soon. But
got that famous naval base here outside of Stockholm. You know that? Heard about that? I think it's called Muskia.
It's top secret. You're not to share this classified information with the entire internet, Pontus.
Yeah, well, it's out of the box now.
Sweden's military defense relies on this.
Yeah, well, at least we didn't tweet it.
Okay, I gotta behave, people. Be nice. Otherwise, you get the timeout. Harvesters that throw tanks, that throw hunters, that throw runners, that throw ticks. That sounds amazing. Let's make it happen. Will there ever be human NPCs? I mean, these questions, will there ever be? When will we get? Or will you? We'll never give you a solid answer to that because we will announce things in their own time. If we were going to do something like that, then we would tell you close to the time. But for now, I'll just say that would be a cool idea. Of course, we've seen... You're not the first person to ask that, suggest it. Would be pretty neat. Any chance for severe weather that would affect the view range of both player and mechs? I mean, weather does have some effect. It will muffle the sound you make and that kind of thing. But yeah, like really thick pea soup fog or that kind of thing, that would be really eerie when you're fighting up against hunters and that kind of thing. A shielded hunter replaces the blade and acts more defensive. That'd be pretty cool. So it kind of acts as a frontline defense for the other machines. Play many games, but keep returning Generation Zero. Thank you for a good game. You're most welcome. Thank you for playing it. And again, thank you for being here, talking to us about your experiences playing it. Any content expansion plans and more missions, new side missions? Again, Stephen, we're never going to say a hard yes or no until we feel that we wanted to announce that kind of thing. But certainly that type of thing would make sense in this kind of game when we're looking at future content. And up until now, we've very much been focused on bug fixing. But now, as the game is getting better and better and better, and we feel that the base systems are in a good or better place, we can definitely start thinking more about content. New things to explore, new things to do. Could you add rowboats? That'd be pretty fun. Last played this game in April. What happened since then? I look forward to play again. Since April, we added bikes. We added storage boxes in buildings. We've added lots of new world events in the starter regions. Tons and tons and tons of bug fixes. If you haven't played since April, definitely fire it up and give it another shot because there's been a lot of changes. In the location Divik, there is a locked door. Is that a bug? I couldn't tell you off the top of my head live on stream. I don't have a photographic memory of the map like that. Feel free to ping us on social media, maybe with a picture where you are on the map, and we could probably try and answer that. What's been your best experience working on the game? I think the announcement period when we were at E3, that was a lot of fun. Launch was amazing, incredibly stressful, but so much fun. So it was good stress. That was tons of fun. Launch period. Closed beta was also awesome. I mean, there's been loads of cool stuff. It's been a great project to work on. Lots of fun. Can we see the survey results? Unlikely to share the results directly, but we can just rest assured that we act on them. Bikes, that was previous survey topper in the past. Folks, the biggest request was for bikes. And then the biggest request after that was for storage. So all I can say is that you're seeing direct results of those surveys in the game. Any plans for unicycles with a mounted shotgun? There weren't, but now, who knows?
Yeah, we're going to put that on top of the list, right?
Is the team aware of a bug? We're trying to swap weapons during a rifle descope animation will cause the swap to fail. Yes, we're aware of that one, Vitrol. It's being looked at. Apologies for the trouble. Mech Seabass with laser eyes. Unlikely, but cool. How many machines have been killed in the game? In total? Lots. I mean, of course, we had an event where we got folks to kill 100,000, or I can't remember how big it was, in the space of one weekend, and people managed to do it. So it's a lot. Of course, the game's on 3 platforms, so I don't know the number off the top of my head, but it'll be a big one. Have you fixed some of the ammo issues in the inventory? It wasn't an issue, but the stocking was a little problem. So there was an issue where ammo would disappear. That's been fixed. There's been a few improvements to how that works. If you haven't played since April, so do check it out. When there's going to be an expansion of the map, again, we will not answer that type of question directly until we would feel we were ready to announce such a thing. But expanding a map would make sense for this type of game. Oh, this is not going to end well for Pontus.
Yeah, of course. It's
Run
gonna...
away! Well, he managed to make a good dent in them. Oh!
You wanna bet me if I can beat them without recharging my health?
Without healing.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if this hunter might have something to say about that.
Yeah. Too bad. Yeah.
There we go. And on that note, it's probably a good time to wrap up the stream. It is 5 o'clock. We've been going for an hour. So thank you all for joining. Stay tuned on our social media because this Friday we'll be putting out another letter from the dev team, telling you about what's going on with the devs at the moment and what we want to do for the coming weeks. Thank you all for tuning in. Pontus,
thanks a lot, guys.
thank you. I hope your first generation Zero stream was fun. You'll be seeing more of Pontus soon. He'll be here every week where we can get him here. And we will see you next time. Thanks all. Cheerio.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.